Hey guys, what's up? It's Biscuitboo Horror Reviews here with a new review of a 1988 slasher film titled Doom Asylum. Now, before we get into the movie, I know usually when I do a review of a bad movie, I like to crack open a cold one and, have it in one of my ghost pint glasses. Well, tonight we got something special. It's not a cold one. Well, it is a cold one. It's Liquid Death. As you don't know, this is pure mountain water from the Austrian Alps. Gotta pour it like it's a beer. Look at that. It's like exactly a pint. So, oh yeah. Oh, it's good water. Now that we got something to hydrate us, let's talk about this movie. So this is a slasher film from the late 80s having to do with a lawyer who gets in a car accident, and essentially after said car accident, he's declared dead, and as he is about to be chopped up on the coroner's table, he wakes up and kills the two doctors that were about to, dissect him, and escapes. Pretty much, he ends up living in like the basement of this abandoned asylum, and then the movie skips ahead many years later, where a group of teenagers as well as a punk rock band end up hanging out at this abandoned asylum for some reason, and this guy who's missing half of his face starts killing them all off one by one. This is not a thinking man's movie, not at all. This is probably as dumb and cheap as it gets when it comes to 80s exploitation. With down there with the likes of Horror House on Highway 5 and I'm looking at my fucking horror movie collection right here, trying to figure out another good comparison I could draw. Maybe Blood Theater. Blood Theater, Creeps, maybe Asylum. Definitely Asylum. Well, this isn't as bad as Asylum. Maybe Hack-O-Lantern. Really, pretty much any kind of, bottom of the barrel direct-to-video slasher film you can really think of. This is a film that is pretty similar. What this film has going on that some other slasher films of the era, especially the low-budget slasher films of the era, that don't have, is the gore. This movie is pretty fucking gory. There is quite a bit. There's some severed limbs. There's some torture. There's a scene where somebody is put through like a grinder, kind of. It's a pretty gory movie. Not the goriest movie ever made, mind you, or anything like that. But the gore is very abundant, and yeah, the effects aren't very good. But if there's one thing that I like, it's bad gore effects. Well, I like good gore effects more, but bad gore effects are just you got to get them just right in order for them to be perfectly bad. Here, I think they're almost at that level. This is a slasher film, so I'm not even really going to touch writing and acting, but I'll just say right now they're worthless. This is a movie that I could only recommend you watch if you like slasher films and tits and gore. This movie has a couple scenes of nudity, nothing too crazy. The gore definitely outweighs the nudity quite a bit, and very similar to something like Terrifier from last year. This movie's very similar to Terrifier in the sense that it's a lot more violent than I thought it was going to be, and it's definitely very entertaining, albeit not too well made and not for everybody. All I can really say is it's a relatively decently made movie, like considering the budget. And the setting is cool. It's actually shot at a abandoned asylum in New Jersey. Other than those aspects, I can't really say it's a good movie. Um, yeah, let's get onto the gore meter and just get this over with. On the gore meter from 1 to 10, 1 being something like Nosferatu, 10 being something like Peter Jackson's Brain Dead. Uh, Doom Asylum probably sits at like a solid 6.5. I'm feeling a good 6.5 on this one. This movie is pretty damn gory. Maybe even a 7. I might, yeah, not throwing a 7 at this movie. There's quite a bit of gore. Maybe I'm misremembering. I did just finish it, but it's 6.5. I'm gonna stick with a 6.5 because that's what I went with first. Um, yeah, pretty damn gory. In the end, is this the horror film to end all horror films? Is this a movie that is an underrated gem, like, maybe Axe from 77, um, or Corpse Mania? Is this an underrated slasher film gem, or even just horror film gem in general, that you have to see and you have to put in your collection? No. This is non-essential viewing when it comes to the horror genre. Uh, if you're not, dedicated to seeing, this is not something I would say is mandatory viewing if you're a horror fan. That being said, if you love slasher films, you like bad movies, you like cheap gore, you can't go wrong with Doom Asylum. You cannot go wrong with it. It is all of those things and more. There's attempts at comedy in the film, um, and most of them, if not all of them, are very bad. So it also has some similarities to like Microwave Massacre, because that movie tried to be funny and it failed miserably. Um, I'm starting to ramble, but overall, in terms of my final rating for this movie, would probably have to be a 2.5, maybe a 3 out of 10. It's nothing amazing, but it's very fun, entertaining, good kind of background noise or popcorn film. Get some people together, have a few cold drinks, and um, just enjoy it. Anyway, guys, stay healthy, stay hydrated. This is Biscuit Boo Horror Reviews signing off. Peace.